Again, with the gentleman from New York, Mr. LaLota, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman Westerman, to the ranking member, and to all the members of this committee for hosting today's hearing, allowing members like me to speak about legislation that means a lot to our districts and my folks back home in my district and across Long Island. It's my first time in this room, and I appreciate the audience on this important issue. Today, I am here to discuss the critical importance of my legislation, H.R. 1584, the Plum Island National Monument Act, and to urge all members in this committee to support it. For those who have not had the privilege of visiting the eastern end of Long Island, I encourage you to do so. But Plum Island is located in the Southold Township, 3 miles from Orient Point, the furthest point east on the North Fork of Long Island. In 1954, the Plum Island Animal Disease Center was established on Plum Island and managed by the United States Department of Agriculture. Almost a half century later, in 2002, the Department of Homeland Security was tasked with continuing that operation. And for decades, the laboratory at the Animal Disease Center conducted important research on foreign animal diseases and worked to prevent introduction and spread of those diseases within the United States. I am extremely proud of the work the center has done. However, the center's time on Plum Island is quickly coming to a close. In 2005, the Plum Island Animal Disease Center was ordered to close and relocate to Manhattan, Texas. And at the time, the Department of Homeland Security was required by law to sell Plum Island to the highest bidder, but fortunately, several years ago, Congress was successful in stopping that sale. While much has been done to ensure the island's environmental and ecological makeup, we must collectively work together to preserve Plum Island once and for all. My legislation, again, H.R. 1584, the Plum Island National Monument Act, would do just that by designating Plum Island as a national monument. Animal lovers and conservation leaders have cited over 228 bird species on Plum Island and the surrounding area, including birds of prey, shorebirds, wading birds, waterfowl, and songbird species. There are also several rare plant species found on the island, including Scotch lovage, slender knotweed, sea beach knotweed, rare species of orchids such as spring ladies' tresses, and carnivorous plants. Over the past 10 months, Mr. Chairman, I've spoken to hundreds of constituents and advocacy groups on the important work that is to be done to preserve Plum Island, and I will continue my work to do just that. Thank you again, Chairman, and to the members of the committee for having me today. I urge you all to support this important legislation.
Thank you, Mr. LaLota, and I know that you've personally talked to me about Plum Island. I wasn't aware that Plum Island existed until your advocacy on behalf of your constituents in the district that you represent. So maybe someday I can get out to visit Plum Island. It sounds like a nice place to visit, and we appreciate you filing the legislation and for coming here on Members' Day to talk about it.